It's time for ignition and straight up automobile pimping.
Dude, where's my car?
Dudes and dudettes, welcome back to another installment of the Dude, Where's My Car podcast. The first ever live show that we've ever done, Tony. How do you feel, mate?
Indeed. It's not nerve-wracking. I'm excited.
Yeah,
People standing behind us now.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Having a lot of people kind of looking at us is a bit weird.
Yeah.
Doing it in front of an audience, it's a little Top Gear.
It is. It's also in the place we're in today. Where are we at?
Bro, we're at Shannon's Artarmon HQ for the Dream Machine builds, bro. What do you think of it so far?
It's amazing. Cars Under the Stars and the Den Sydney, they've put on an incredible show. Incredible.
Now, Tony, we're actually the cream within the Oreo crop today, brother. We've got two amazing people next to us. We've got Barny on our left-hand side. To the viewers, they're right. Barny, how you going, brother?
I'm great, thank you, guys.
And to my right and everyone's left, if you're watching, is an incredible bloke. He's from the Rith.
Double F.
See, bro, I'm not from the area, so I don't know how to say it. His name is Jesse. He owns an immaculate, amazing car. It's one of my favourite cars here. It's a 2002 R34 GTR V-Spec 2 newer. It is insane, bro, in terms of the spec, the model. But, bro, how are you going?
Yeah, I'm living the dream, bro.
100%.
Talking some good boys.
You nervous?
Of course, always.
This guy here, I'm telling you, I went up to him before, I was trying to interview him. He's like, oh, I don't know, I feel really weird about it. He wouldn't stop talking as soon as I said, as soon as he started. It was easy.
Yeah, it was.
It's easier when there's no mic in front of your mouth.
Exactly. Bro, what do you think of the event?
Yeah, it's cracker. A lot of nice cars, a lot of good people, good talks.
I'd like to think that doing something like this, I don't know about you boys, but an event like this means so much more to me than just sort of your average sort of going to Sydney Motorsport Park or whatever. Doing something like this where it's bespoke, it's tailored, the amount of effort that goes into these builds is second to absolutely none. Would you agree?
Totally,
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't think you'll find any other car same as anyone in here. Everyone's one of one. Hard sweat and tears have gone into it. It's artwork. It's masterpieces.
Yeah, I agree. Because you used to do heaps of car like the old tune things, right? Back in the day?
Yeah, back like all the old Eastern Creek shows and, tuned and stuff. There's a lot different now because these cars are just like high quality.
Yeah.
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 Cream of the crop.
Yeah, 100%. You don't do it. So you don't do it anymore, eh? You don't go to tune or anything like that. You pretty much save it for the best.
Well, not even the best. It's just I don't take the car out enough. I don't go to many shows. Like I go to the Cars Under the Stars whenever they're on and I've got time because obviously work and life gets busy. So whenever I get a chance to take it out, I always take the opportunity.
Yeah, 100%. Barney, what does it mean to you to throw something like this, mate? This is your first time doing it at Shannon's, eh?
First time at Shannon's, yeah. Look, and first time in actually hand picking the cars. Just for all the listeners, just to know, there was 180 entrants. Out of 180 entrants, we've ended up here with I think just a little under 40 cars, including 5 bikes.
Oh,
Yeah.
So what's the selection process like?
Outstanding, eye-catching, uniqueness. As I said, look, I've put on a package here of classics, late models, heavily modified, blown racing cars. There's a drag car at the front there that's going to do a start-up for us just after 12 o'clock, which is fantastic. Can't wait for that. All that I'm going to say is that love the smell of methanol.
Oh, yes.
I was about to say that's the meth engine, right? Yeah.
Full on, 100% methanol. So if anybody's never been next to a car like that, all that I'm going to say is that when I look at you and you're tearing up, it's not because you're crying because you're envious of the car. It's just unfortunate the fuel's just going to make you tear. Yeah, that's all.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll do you a favour. I'll make sure we capture it on camera. We'll capture everyone's faces when it's happening. It'll just be like you've just eaten a hot chili or whatever. Just
absolutely,
a Carolina
exactly.
Reaper.
Exactly.
Just sweating through the face, bro.
Exactly.
Sweating through the face. Man, Jesse,
Yo.
can you please run me through a little bit more about your build, man? Because obviously, as Barney's just stated, the selection process was pretty harsh.
Yeah.
Can you run me through your build and I suppose what makes it special? You've told me already, but tell the listeners.
Yeah, so I bought the car 9 years ago, so 19, and it's been a long process. I had a few engine problems, and then I decided, you know what, engine's going out, do a 2.8 stroker, build the engine, have a bit of fun, get a screamer on it. Gotta love the noise.
you and I have spoken at length now that it's the RB the world, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
RB the world. Sorry for all the 2J people out there who are probably going to have a bit of a bitch and moan, but it's just facts are facts.
Yeah, RB with the screamer, no better sound.
Do you actually reckon that it's like a down under thing, like Australia and New Zealand? We just have way more love for the RB over the 2J?
Yeah, because we've done the most development, so we know the ins and outs of the RB, and yeah, you can't beat the Australians when it comes to the RB platform.
Yeah.
My personal opinion, but
Yeah.
that's what I reckon.
Roll racing kind of proves that,
Oh,
eh?
100%. Well, it's between the GDRs and the built Lambos that they got there, so
Oh, well, the supercars are coming in.
Yeah.
But is that the reason why you went and picked off that R34?
nah, just dream car.
Dream car.
Obviously, Fast and Furious came out, and I always wanted the R34 GDR. Then I
Yeah.
found out about the NERS spec, and I was like, yep, one day I'm going to buy that. And then, yeah, lo and behold, I got the money together and bought it.
I remember the first day he brought it to the car show. Actually, how I got to meet Jess, I actually got to meet his father more.
Yeah.
His father used to own a gorgeous EH that used to come out to the car show, and we'd always put it up front, freshly built. And then his dad decided to sell it.
He's it. Yeah.
And ever since he sold it, he was just so devastated. And then obviously Jesse turned up with the, I think you turned up with the GDR just before he physically had the car sold. Is that right?
Yeah, so I was still on my green peas when he had the car, and then when I got onto my full license, he just sold the car. So we never actually got to cruise together or nothing like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, he used to love going to the Cars Under the Stars events, and obviously it was his pride and joy, and that's what got me into the cars as well. Growing up, he was working on it. I used to go in the garage and help him, and yeah, it was good fun.
So there's actually ancient history here. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You said nothing about your old man before.
Oh, really?
We thought you were about the JDM legends, but no, even into the early EHs.
Well, all the old Holden day, I used to go to that. Like, I've always grown up with like the old school cars, and then yeah, obviously Fast and Furious. You get used to cars with power and all that type of thing. Like, obviously you got a blown V8, they all sound great, but you know they're good for doing burnouts. They're sitting on the spot, you know, do burnouts and shit. But you know, when you got roll and launch control, it's different.
Yeah. Have you taken your car to rolls?
No, never.
Nah.
Too paranoid.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Never
Would it-
dragged it?
No, just obviously street duties, but
Yeah.
keep that hush.
appreciate it
that's,
more.
That's in Mexico,
right.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, it's good fun. I love it. Wouldn't change it. No amount of money would buy my car.
You know, it's funny you bring that up, because we spoke about this at length yesterday. No one, like, we're not going to go into details about the amount of money that's been sort of thrown your way for this type of stuff,
Big dollars.
but it is crazy. I mean, it's rare, right, to a certain extent in
Yeah.
terms of the amount of money that people are throwing at it, but you would never get rid of it, eh?
No way. No way. I love
that.
it too much.
I love that.
My testicles and kidneys will go before the car. 100%. I love them too, but the car, no, nothing compares.
Oh my God, man. Oh, I love it. Well, Jesse, man, I just want to thank you so much for coming onto the potty.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, bro. Thanks for having me.
Honestly, man, every single time we want to do something media related, you seem to freak out about it, but you're an absolute natural. So
Mate, you did well.
I'm just good at talking shit.
that's why you do well in a potty, bro.
Oh, well, I've been told I should start that or an OnlyFans, so either or other.
Oh,
Oh, what? Subscription fee, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. I need to fund the GDR somehow.
Well, Jesse, man, thank you so much, bro.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No sweat. Chelsea's going to take you off, and
Yep.
we'll get the next guest on. Thanks,
Beautiful.
Chelsea. Thanks, bro.
Oh, you're right.
Boys, what do you think?
yeah, great.
First live show, eh?
Yeah, it's great.
I think we should do it more. Do it more often.
Why don't you?
We just
Never
started
really
the first
thought about
one.
it.
You took our
Well, as I
virginity.
said to you, look, at the end of the day, guys, we're doing it on a monthly basis. So what a great opportunity to do it at a car show. That way you guys get to interview people that you don't get the chance to, you know, unless you go, oh, hang on a sec, we need to speak to this guy, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, you spoke about the truck enough times, man. I reckon we get us up on the old pedestal, the old scary pedestal, and we'll go from there.
Done. I think it's a great idea.
One of you boys want to intro our next guest? I feel like I took over Jesse.
I'll let
Go for
Barny.
it.
Jump
Go
in,
for
Barny.
it.
Next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, would like to introduce you to Mr. Sepping, who owns a gorgeous maple leaf blown truck over there, rat rodded style. Would that be the best way to describe it?
It's called the rat rod because I'm probably a bit of a tight ass to paint it. So
It looks better than painted.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the kids would probably say it's Mater from the movie Cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Austin agrees with
True.
that.
Yeah, a lot of them relate to that. As you know, that's what it's about too. We like the kids, you know,
What were you saying?
relating to the vehicles.
What were you
So-
saying yesterday, Austin, comparing to Mater?
It's got the same shape and lots of people recognise it
Yeah.
from that.
And then how much power was it pushing? So much faster.
I think it's
Just under 1,000 horsepower. Just,
Well, it'll definitely outdo Mater. It'll
just
definitely outdo
enough
Mater.
horsepower to get to service station to service station. So
yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, mate, today we're going to run through maybe a bit of the pain about building cars. It's not always sunshine and rainbows.
you know what? To be honest, this one kind of went together really good.
Really?
Yeah. We originally put it together to drop my daughter at her Year 6 formal. So we started building it, and all my friends used to say, you're going to have a major stuff up soon because everything's just bolting together. So we were really, really lucky. So I don't know what to say. A lot of people have nightmares,
Yeah.
but this was almost IKEA stuff. Like everything just worked. But I did a lot of homework before I went and bought stuff, you know, even down to gluing pipes together to work out.
Did you just say gluing?
Gluing pipes together to work out what exhaust pipes I need, and then went on the internet and I thought, gee, that looks close. And I bought a set of extractors off a Camaro and I bolted straight on.
Beautiful.
With it, you know, so we did the homework and
Yeah,
it paid
so it's
off.
all the prep work.
Yeah.
Prep and planning makes it perfect.
For the listeners, just to give you an indication, we are talking about a rat rod looking truck, but I have to say, to look into the truck further, you can really see the workmanship. The best way to describe that truck, guys, is that I'd call it a resto mod. Yeah?
Yeah, they
All
call
the
it a
running gear is in perfect running gear. Your instrumentation, the inside of the truck, the interior of the truck, the package in the engine bay. To look at the truck on the outside, it does, you know, as you said, it's rusty, but it's all that good running gear. So when you say you glued it together, I'm a little bit shocked, mate.
No, it did work out all right. And we kind of, I did build it as a hot rod underneath, but kept the patina on the outside,
Yep.
just in case one day I might want to paint it, you know, and it's a complete car then. But
Beautiful.
I'm a fitter and turner by trade, and I just like building stuff. So, you know, it just any ideas, and you know, people say, "Oh, that won't work." I'll go out of my way to make it work. Just to be stubborn, I'm guessing.
And again, for the listeners, just in case you don't know, the gentleman has actually got an excavator bucket bolted onto the back of his truck.
Our business is excavation.
It's excavation, yeah.
So that goes with the excavating theme, and it actually has a purpose. It was built. The back of the tray was built to hold that bucket for traction. So,
Beautiful.
And on the back of the truck, I see a parachute.
well, little Austin, we go to the drags all the time, and
Yep.
a lot of our friends are drag car owners, and he goes, I want a parachute on it. So
So it's not only a show car,
no,
when it's at the tracks.
so we thought one day we'll just pop it out on the end of the M2 and have someone over the overpass taking a good couple of photos. But there's always a copper sitting at the end of that, so we've got to time it right.
That's one way of stopping the car.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we take the Abbott Road turn off, so we'll pop it right there and drift off.
So I take it it's never been on the racetrack?
No, not
And
yet.
it's actually,
No.
okay.
Not
right,
yet.
Well, that'd be good to see.
Yeah, it would go.
Yeah.
I think it'd surprise a lot of people because it does have a lot of power.
Give
you know.
it a run.
So-
That's all you can do.
Yep.
You know what? It's a great way of testing
Yep.
the parachute.
Yep.
Yep. Mate,
Just a little man can pull it open.
mate, give it a few years. He's going to go to a test and tune night and bring that thing without you knowing.
So the way he's talking, he's mad about all these Supras, and you know they're real nice cars. I'm thinking one day when I'm not here, it'll probably have a rotary or 2JZ in it or something.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be turning in my grave.
No, don't do that.
So-
Don't do that.
We'll be there to support you with the build, mate. Don't worry.
And like I said, we put a lot of work into it, and you know we know a lot of people in the racing industry, and always like to excel a bit on, you know, how we put stuff together. You know, and we had a lot of help with Haltech. This is one of their first cars. Complete car run off one of their Haltech's Nexus 5s.
Yep.
So everything down to the blinkers, wipers, you know, they can start my truck remotely. I could ring them now and they could start it up for me, you
Wow.
know, from their workshop. The whole thing is run off a laptop, so it's very high tech inside, and very easy to use. And you have a problem, you go into the laptop and it tells you where it is.
And just again for the listeners, when he's mentioning laptop, you go to the seat in this truck, you lift up the seat and you go, oh geez, look at all the electronics sitting under there. Everything is in there, including the laptop.
No, that's,
But you can plug the laptop
I
into
can
there.
just plug it, and it's Wi-Fi as well, so
Yeah.
you don't have to plug it
Yeah.
anymore. Get with the program.
And as I said, that's the reason why I'm going to call it a resto mod,
Yeah.
because you've got all the awesome running gear to make sure it's a reliable car,
Yeah,
which is
it does.
fantastic.
Even down to putting power steering on it. We wanted air conditioning. We want to be able to use it. And
Yeah, absolutely.
we kept the old window winders and just kept some of the old stuff, but throw in a lot of new stuff too. So.
Love your little excavator bucket that you've got on the side of the driver's side there as well. I was
Yeah.
actually expecting it to come out. I went to have a play with it
That's
last
an
night
old-
and thought, oh, hang on, it doesn't move out. I was expecting it to go out, so tell people that you're turning right or something,
Well, them old trucks, they had the old hand
Exactly,
signal on it.
the old hand signal.
I
Yep.
had the bracket on there, and I
Yep.
didn't want to take the bracket off and weld it up because it's all original paint. That's never been painted, so
Yep.
that's 70 years old paint. So
Wow.
I didn't want to burn the paint. So I thought
Leave it.
I'll look for a little sandpit digger because I remember I had one as a kid. Maybe that's why I'm excavating now.
Why
I don't
not?
know. But an old bloke at Silverwater, he had it advertised and he said, oh, "Mate, I want $30 for it." I'll go, he's 50.
He's 50,
Like he was
that's
happy
right.
as Larry, and it was same era, 70 years old. He goes, his dad built it. So everything kind of went on with a meaning. So
The theme continued on, which is a good build.
It
No,
tells
awesome build.
another story.
Beautiful build.
Now,
hands
mate,
down.
out of curiosity, without being biased here, because obviously your car is probably your favourite car. Two separate answers here. What out of this whole entire show? What's your favourite car here?
I probably don't have a favourite as such because I like building things. I appreciate the time people put into their cars.
Yeah.
Like Miles is, half Mirage morphed into
Evo,
something.
whatever it is.
What a mind blower that one was. Yeah.
But he loves it, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of work in it. I appreciate that.
I had
So-
to convince him into bringing it in. He kept on saying, no, it's not worthy. When I walked in this morning, I went, you told me this thing was not worthy. And he goes, yeah. I said, mate, the amount of people that are hovering around your car, looking under it, looking on top of it. And again, for the listeners, we are talking about a Mirage. Is that correct?
Yeah, and it's got a Mitsubishi Evo
It's
front
got
end
an
and an engine
Evo.
conversion.
It's got all the Evo
drive
running
line.
gear,
Yeah.
including the 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
It's almost like a Lego car. You just take
Unbelievable.
the front off that one and clip it onto this one.
And I have to say, he put it all with his
it
own
looks
hands
great.
together, and I think it's fantastic.
I got a lot of time for people that build their own stuff. I'm not a fan of people that turn up at hot rod shows and go, "I'm so excited, I haven't even seen it yet." To me, you shouldn't really have one.
Yeah, I get you.
That's just me.
You got to have a little blood,
Yes.
sweat, and tears
Yeah,
into your
you
own
know,
vehicle.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Money can buy everything, but
No
know.
different than buying a new car, mate. You walk in, you sign a contract. I'll have that wheel
Yeah.
option. I'll do this interior. I'll do that. See you later. Bye.
we actually
Where's
went
the
to a
money?
show and there was that many Porsches and Ferraris there, and all them guys were standing at our rusty old truck, dribbling.
Yeah,
And I'm
absolutely.
thinking, what are you doing, guys? Look at your stuff you got. He goes, we can't buy this.
No.
He goes, you got the money, you can have exactly what we got. He goes, it is one off, they're all very similar, but everyone puts their touch on it.
That's
so-
right.
Yep.
Austin,
and especially
mate.
the Maple Leaf.
Austin, mate, same question. Do you have a favourite car here?
Yes, it would have to be the Supers because I've always liked them, and it's also my dream car.
Yeah, love it, mate.
And actually, we've found one in a paddock that we're trying to talk him into selling it to us. So it
In
might
a
be
paddock?
Might be another project on the cards, but don't tell Mum.
It's not a Barney's house, is it? That paddock, I wouldn't go in there, man.
No, I definitely don't have a Super in my backyard. Otherwise, my son would be all over it. He would be all
I think
over it.
Barney needs a lawnmower for his backyard.
Yeah, got one of those right on lawnmower. Maybe I should turbocharge it or supercharge it. That would probably be
2JZ?
different. Yeah. 2JZ. That's it.
Love it, boys. Well, look, John, Austin, boys, thank you so much for coming on to
Yep.
the potty.
Thanks for inviting us. It's it's great to get invited to different shows like this, and we're not hot rodders, we're builders. So
And I love
Car
it, mate.
enthusiasts.
So, that's
Car
right.
enthusiasts.
That's it. All
It's
right,
that car
thanks for having
culture.
us.
All right, Chelsea will come get you, come get the headphones off and everything. But thank you, boys.
All good.
Thank you very
No
much.
problem. See you.
See you guys.
Have you watched the progress of the build over the years?
Fourth?
John's.
No.
No.
No, I'll be honest with you. John's probably been coming to the show for the last couple of years, and obviously, just the cars will always catch my attention.
Yeah.
And last show that he was at, that's where we sort of got talking a little bit more, and then it just goes up from there. A lot of the times, I don't get the opportunity to be able to talk to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And especially when you're doing the show yourself. Admittingly, today, it's quite funny. I was just saying to all my crew, this is probably the first time ever that we're able to actually, how can I say, interact with the car owners instead of us going, oh yeah, mate, yeah, put him down there. No, he's over there. Which one's coming in? That one's coming in. The cars are in. They've been set up since yesterday, which is great. Now everybody's just walking around appreciating them, and I'm doing exactly the same, which is great.
100%. I couldn't agree more. Now, Tony, do you want to introduce our next guest?
Yes, we have.
He's hardcore.
He is. He's got the tats. I'm scared. But next on, we have Luke with his insane Chevy Impala. 1963?
Yep, that's right.
1963 Chevy Impala. How are you doing, Luke?
Good, pretty good, yeah. It's been a good day so far.
Yep.
Some good cars out here.
Absolutely.
It's definitely one unique and different build that you've brought to this show, because I don't see another one like it or in the same kind of category. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's a 1963 Chevy Impala. It's on hydraulics. Unless you're a cop, it's not. But, it's just something good, something different. Cool to bring all these old school cars out here and whatnot, but yeah.
Mate, I reckon you could honestly just go with a fine-tooth comb over your car and you could just pinpoint the intricacies of whether it be the paintwork, the wheels there, the headlights. Like, I think I remember you saying yesterday that the end of your car, like the rear end of your car, is like one of your favourite bits.
Yeah, it is.
It's fucking insane, bro. Sorry for swearing, but...
No, it is. It's just, I mean, with the rear lights on, you got two tail lights, and it's just the whole shape of it just comes together at the back for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I've always liked the 63s over 64s, 2s, everything like that. It's just, there's more going on, but it's still very simple, and yeah.
And now we did a bit of a video on this, so everyone tuning into the potty will just tune into the YouTube channel or our socials or whatever, and you can go for days and you can give Luke a follow as well. But man, the paintwork alone on this car, like it's so Mexican cartel, Latino, LA, like 1960s, 1970s lowrider, right? Like painting the full GTA San Andreas vibe here.
Yeah, well, that's where I fell in love with all the was just from the game. So but I think it was Toy Garage painted it back in the day. Don't know when, but yeah, it's very out there, but paint job. So yeah,
Photos and videos don't do it justice. Yeah, you got to see it in live to actually see the little flecks coming through the paint, which is amazing.
Well, yeah, when I first looked at the car to buy it, I saw all the flake from behind, like from a distance. I was like, this thing's got stone chips everywhere. I was like, this thing's fucked.
It's cheap. Did you get it cheap at least? Did you go for the stone chip option? No, you didn't.
No,
it was on to you. It was like, no, bro, you're telling bullshit. Look, I'm sitting here looking at the car right now, and I'm actually looking at your passenger door. Was that your driver's door?
Driver's door.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. That's right. It's a left-hand drive. Looking at the driver's door, and I can actually see the fleck just above your handles.
Yeah.
And I tell you, if you thought that was stone chips, I think you need to wear my glasses.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, how do you know? Like, because correct me if I'm wrong, mate. Like, you're from the JDM scene, yeah?
Yeah.
Like S15s and
first car was
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
First car.
Hands down. Well done.
Thank you.
Barny's happy, you can tell.
Another converted.
Yeah. Not fully converted.
Okay.
Kind of sit in the middle, but yeah, I've got an S15 as well. But the lowriders were always, well, the Impalas were always the end goal, but just financially couldn't get there until recently. So yeah, settled for an S15, I guess.
Do you have any idea, like, the weight that goes into this car? Because I know, let's just say it's got a really customised suspension setup.
Yeah.
How much weight goes into that type of customised suspension setup?
If you don't have a wrapped frame, like you still have to do rear tray for hypothetical batteries, 8 of them hypothetically, and then 3 pumps. The batteries alone, 12 kilos each. Frameworks probably another 100 so kilos. Like, it's probably pushing close to 3 ton.
3 ton.
Yeah.
What's the actual weight without?
I think it's
1.5,
like,
maybe more, 1.7.
I think it's probably 1.7.
1.7,
maybe.
yeah.
So there's a lot, and then like if you wrap your frame and stuff, I mean you've got thick metal on thick metal.
And just doubled up there.
Yeah.
Well, they are known to be land yachts.
Yeah, it's 17 feet long.
Yeah, exactly. Land yachts, but back with its original suspension, which is what you've got on it right now,
Yes.
isn't it? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I got to say, he's one of the coolest blokes to ever drive past. We were coming from a night out at Sydney Motorsport Park one time. I'm flying past in my Miata. He's there just cruising. Just like 100 kilometres an hour, just cruising. I don't know if he can go faster than that.
No.
But I was
No, it's not a highway demon or anything, but it's good to cruise.
cruiser.
Yeah,
It's a cruiser.
oh,
you sit
God.
back, you put your Elvis on, you just chill out. That's the way to do it.
And I was just going to say, now I suppose you're listening to blue suede shoes to match the colour of the car.
I do most times.
Awesome. Yeah.
I pulled in yesterday. I think I had Burning Love playing.
Didn't hear that.
Are you buttering Barny up, brother? It'd be good. You can get these bloody groovy tunes that he's playing all day.
We'll get the Barney mixtape on there.
That's it.
Barney was a DJ before.
I'll let you have a copy.
Cheers.
Side B, please, bro.
Yeah,
Side B.
exactly.
Oh, man. Now, if I'm not mistaken, with the customized suspension setup and everything you've got in there, bro, you can actually do, let's call it a party trick. Is that right?
Yeah, so you can three-wheel it.
Yeah.
You can hop it, but it's not advised if you don't have a wrapped frame, unless you want to go home with a half-bent car. But yeah, you can do some pretty cool stuff. Instead of just the typical side-to-side, you can get the front end up on. So, yeah.
What was that feeling like when you got in there and actually did it for the first time? You're like, hang on, what's going on here?
It was wild. So I didn't do it when I was in the car. I was trying from the out. But it was the day after I bought it. I got it on 3 wheels.
Yeah, right.
And it was wild. Like, I just stepped back. I was like, holy shit. Like, it's not possible.
It must be scary when you jump on 3 wheels, like when you just lean to one side and one wheel's off the ground.
Well, I was out getting food and I had the missus in the car, and the guy said the car was cool. I was like, he wants to see a 3-wheel. I just know it. So put it up in 3 wheels, and she's just there like holding on.
Jesus,
hold
yeah.
But yeah, it's a weird feeling when you are in the car and you finally do it. It's just it's strange. You just feel so out of balance, but like, it feels like you're gonna tip, but just stable as.
It's so cool. Can we watch it today?
Yeah, I'll probably put it up on 3 in a bit. So
Yeah, bloody oath.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Nice. Well, Luke, mate, you are the king of the lowrider Impala, in my opinion.
Cheers.
Blue is one of my favourite colours, so I'm all for it. But, bro, I love just how much passion you put into your cars.
Yep.
Now, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
You can't say your own car, but out of all the cars here, what do you lean to the most?
Honestly, I've probably got to go for Blue's car.
Yeah.
One of the 68 that it is, but yeah, it's just a beautiful, simple car. Like there's so much going on, but it's just so perfect, and the paint on that is just there's so much depth. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is an insane build. Honestly, I don't. 72, 73 different car parts. Is that right, Barny?
68.
68
different car parts. And again, just to answer your question, it was only this morning that I noticed it's actually got the stitching work done on the roof. And I've seen this car now for the last 6 years. It was only this morning I turned around and said, "Is that new?" And he goes, "It's always been there." I'm sitting there thinking, wow, how blind was I? Because it was only a couple of shows ago that I was actually standing right next to your driver's door, and there's that cut right there on the roof, and I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
So every time you look at that car, you spot something different.
Yeah, he's absolutely nailed that thing. It's just beautiful.
I call him the MacGyver of car building. Yeah. Look, I have to say, it's him and his friend, the two of them together, having a conversation with him last night at dinner. For the podcast listeners, there's a chair sitting right next to the car that these two guys have put together. They showed me the photos last night. I'm talking, they've taken 2 sheets of aluminium and made this chair out of it, which is crazy, right? Now, they call it the time chair. And the reason why they call it the time chair, because everybody says, how does it work? They go take a seat in it. And when they take a seat in it, they go, "Sir, when's the time?" And he goes, "Mate, I just wasted 5 minutes of your time. So get out."
Reeks of a bluey joke. Reeks of a bluey joke. Is he letting people sitting in it today?
I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. Look, he'd be proud to let people, but I think it's just too busy checking out cars today.
Yeah, so I'll ask him last minute today.
Yeah.
Jump on it.
I'll bug the crap out of him. Yeah. Luke, man, thank you so much for jumping on the potty, bro. I told you it wasn't going to be hard.
Yeah, I know. I just hate the cameras.
All right, bro. Well, look, Chelsea's going to come grab you, mate, but thank you so much, man.
Too easy. Have a good one, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Luke.
Barney, I'll let you introduce Peter.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce, in a drum roll, please, Mr. Peter Sharp, all the way from Taree, with his amazing 1973 HQ build.
Peter, mate, how you going?
Good, Tom. How are you?
Yeah, well. Mate, I've been admiring your car since the moment it rolled in here, pretty much, because everyone keeps telling me what car it is, but every time I look at it, I'm like, I don't think so. That's a heavily customised build there, mate.
Yeah, it certainly is. Look, it started out as a dream, and it's turned into reality.
Yeah.
And we drive it.
Yeah.
That's even better, right?
What?
Drives the wheels off it.
That is the one thing, you drive it everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere.
Sure.
Driven, not hidden.
Yeah, well, look, when we really set out to build the car, we first imagined it as an inexpensive build. And then after we met Graham at Downtown Customs and saw some of the work that he was doing, it just evolved then into something that I thought, wow, I can make this really special. And after we cut one of the rear quarter panels and tried to work out how to make it a wide body but tub to the outside, that was really where I committed to building the car of my dreams. But I wanted to be able to drive it around Australia. And it is a driver, and it's got boot space, it's got a spare wheel, it's got all the things that you need for everyday use.
The one thing I've got to ask, sorry for cutting you off, one thing I've got to ask is everything between the brakes, no doubt the supercharger within the engine bay and whatnot is heavily covered by Harrop. Did Harrop heavily support you in this build? Did you tell them what you were trying to achieve and what you were trying to do?
Yeah, we first went to Harrop really because they were the agents for the Forge line wheels, and we identified that was the wheel setup that we wanted. And then went down to Melbourne and I met Heath and started talking to him about the brake kit. And then he was the one that suggested, why don't you do the Harrop 2300 supercharger?
I mean, you're here, why not?
So, exactly. So we thought, wow, that's a good idea, but we didn't have the right engine, so then we changed the engine out. Got a LSX 376, B15, 15-pound pressure, which was, again, coordinated with Harrop to make sure that the setup was right. So they've been really, really helpful.
Were there multiple options when it came to choosing the engine? Because obviously LSX, it's incredible, but was there no other type of LS platform that you were leaning towards?
No, that's what we felt comfortable with. At that stage, we'd already decided to get rid of my 6-speed manual gearbox and put in an automatic. I wanted to do that really for ease of driving around Australia, good cruising car. And at that time, I stupidly thought, I might be having a drink one night and want my significant other to drive the car back to the hotel. Of course, now that the car's finished, I'll never let her do that. So I could have stuck with the 6-speed, but that was the suitable engine setup that we decided on.
So just for the listeners, when he says it's been driven, ladies and gentlemen, obviously this man lives in Taree. This car drove from Taree yesterday with all the cleaning products in the boot, and they got here and got underneath the car. There's photographs on Peter's page where your friend Sean,
yep,
he's from where?
He's an American. He lives in India.
Yep. And Sean happened to be in the country for the last day or so? Or?
6 days.
6 days?
Yep.
And Peter convinced him that he needs to come down and help him clean the car before he drove him to the airport this morning.
That's right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is driven, not trailered.
Yeah.
It's not a trailer queen. It's not a garage queen. It is a highly driven car. And to see it in person is no way anywhere near the videos.
I think, Barney, when you first invited me to come to this show, you were asking me, what is my exhibition setup? And I replied to you, what are you talking about? Because I said I have one sign, and I sent him a photo of the sign that we carry around in the boot.
Yep.
And he said, do you have anything else? And I said, no, that's it, mate. I'll be driving it down.
So. That blew me away. That blew me away. And again, it's an amazing machine.
I love how Peter's just on the complete opposite end when it comes to maybe just getting Domino's. He's like, no, we're not getting Uber Eats. No.
I'm going to drive this thing to Domino's.
There is actually a picture on my Instagram and Facebook of Domino's in Foster, where we did go and pick up. Yeah,
And that's the
like
reason why I mentioned it. So I looked at it on your Facebook page and I said to people, I said, he goes and buys Domino's pizza with this thing. So
Graham Brewer has been extremely good downtown custom. So I was living overseas at one point, and I couldn't do certain things about moving the car around. So I used to get him to go and, take it down and change things on the diff and do all sorts of stuff. And he posted one day a picture of the car at a McDonald's, and people go like, "What? Why is it at McDonald's?" And I'm going like, well, he needs to get McDonald's.
he's hungry. He needs to eat. That's right. He's hungry. We're all humans. We've got to eat.
Yeah.
Admitting
cool.
you're just going to McDonald's with something different. So did he get the meal for free at least?
I'm not sure. We'll have to ask her.
I was just going to say that I would have been asking, can I get a free meal? Look what I'm driving through here.
With the amount of customization that's gone into this car, Peter, was there a level of pain or just, or potentially a moment where things were getting stalled and you're like, oh, this is kind of annoying and frustrating?
Not really. And that's because I decided right at the beginning that this was going to be a project that would take time and that it would take money, obviously, right? You can't do all this customization without that. But we really decided at the beginning that Graham will be the builder. And Graham also he's very good at saying, I'll know my limits. And when I find those limits, we'll find others to also collaborate with. And that's how he's built up his workshop over the years. So the quarter panels were built down in Melbourne. We moved the car down. We worked with DCI on all the soundproofing and heat shielding because I wanted to go to an extra length of that. So we've done a lot of other collaboration involvement, always with Graham's leadership. So that's given me a lot of comfort. So as we hit those challenges, we then step back rather than step in and make a build and do something that you then have to rebuild, right? So that's kind of how we managed it. And then there was no completion timeline date, so it always kept slipping a little bit, but that didn't really matter so much. I really wanted quality over speed, and that's the outcome that we've got.
Excellent. It's definitely
And
got
just
speed.
for the listeners, Peter, how long has the build taken? Because I'll tell you, when you told me, I was thrown back.
Yeah, so it started really kind of late 2011. It was really finished more or less before COVID.
Wow.
But at that time, I was had a house and living in Queensland, licensed in Queensland. But you probably all have those dim, dark day memories of COVID, where if you came back to the country, you had to apply to get out, and that kind of scared me a little bit. So there was about a 1 year delay in us, putting the car on the road. But it's been on the road now for almost 2 years, about 23 months, something like that.
Yeah.
And close to 20,000 Ks.
Yeah, wow.
One question I have for you, Peter, is when you came in that Comma I, it's on air. I'm a big sucker for any cars that is on air suspension. And being a classic,
Yeah.
what was the decision for you to jump on air suspension?
Well, it was, again, Graham's input to
Yep.
the air ride. He started out his life in cars, in bagging cars.
Okay, yeah.
So really has a lot of skills in that area. And that was really something that I also wanted. I wanted to be able to come in and sit it low.
Drop it down.
But we decided, not so low that it's sitting on the ground. It's not impractical.
Yeah.
And I think also when I was going through, visiting different car shows and looking at builds, I was, the one thing that did give me stress was when people would spend so much money and then do things to their cars, but then they wouldn't work. They wouldn't turn properly. They wouldn't do all these things, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, why do you do that? So when we decided to go ahead with, every different element, but including the air ride, it was always on the basis that this car has to work, even if we need to do a 3-point turn, whatever. It's all got to be functional.
It needs to function.
So that's what drove everything around the build, and it does.
I fully understand why you've asked that question, considering you bag almost every single car in Sydney. So yeah,
No, it's definitely unique. There's not many classic cars because the amount of effort to go into it and to get the idea over is something very hard, but it's slowly transitioning across.
Yeah, and as Peter said, not to let it sit on the ground, but just, drop nice, low enough to be able to go, yeah, that's a great thing. Great thing.
And the air ride is good. The drive height is on 2. There's just 3 presets. Yeah. Number 3 is when I take it to the car wash and get the spray gun out and spend my $11. By the way, the car washes in Sydney per minute are frightfully expensive.
Yeah.
Atari.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, man.
And there's not that many either.
I think I paid $15 for like a 4-minute spray.
Yep.
And for about $12 in Tari, I can get a 13-minute spray. We've got to have this looked into.
Yes.
Is that bringing cars to Tari for car washes?
Yeah.
Or are we opening a car wash?
Yeah, bring them up to Tari. We've got great car washes up there.
He said two very key things in this podcast today. One, it wouldn't surprise me if someone clips this podcast of him just saying why you should get air suspension. It goes, don't make your life hard at car shows. And secondly, the Water Corporation is going to come after him.
Maybe.
Oh, too good. Tourism Tari up here, and he wants everyone to move, so it's all good. But Peter, mate, look, thank you so much for jumping onto the podcast. I'd love to do more work with you, to be honest, man. We do a lot of media at Car Culture Australia, and I think there's a lot of opportunity. We want to go interstate and go up the coast and everything like that. So I'd love to do like a full, proper in-depth in your car.
No, thanks, guys, for covering the culture and for doing all that you're doing for the community as well. Barny, yourself, you've been around for ages. You're so well known. I was really pleased to get I think it was Messenger. You sent me a messenger saying, "Hey, Pete, how about this car show?" Yeah. I didn't even know anything about it, but I came.
And he came all the way from Tyree, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, the car got driven. You had a little bit of rain on the way down?
Yeah, all the way to Gosford.
There you go.
From Wingham.
So didn't mind, got here, polished it up, him and...
Yep, Mariko, my wife, and Sean, and his girlfriend. Yeah.
And then he had to take him out for dinner last night and take him to the airport this morning, didn't he?
What the car community brings people together.
It's commitment. That's what the car community brings. It's
Absolutely.
commitment.
Absolutely.
Friends forever.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Peter. Appreciate it, mate. Chelsea will come get you off. Thank you. Barney, mate, I just want to say one thing, and I'm sure Tony will express a few words, man, but similar to Peter, I can't thank you enough, hey? And I don't think, I mean, look, I know everyone shakes your hand and says thank you every single day to you, mate, but truly, your position and what you do for the car community and culture right across New South Wales, and I know you want to go ham across the country, but your car shows are the best.
Thank you.
And I'm not just talking about this, I'm talking about the ones that you even started from the ground up, the grassroots, right? I mean, you're
11
throwing...
years ago. 11 years hardcore at this. But no, thank you very much. Look, guys, honestly, I'm humbled. I have to say, I'm pretty emotional about the package that I put in the last day or so, or today. We've selected cars from old school, new school, modified, no modified, race cars, heavily built, show cars that have been road driven. But 90% of the cars that you see here, guys, I would have to say have been on the road, have been to our car shows, and the guys that own it are just a bunch of lovely guys. And women. Sorry.
And women,
and
yes.
women.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And women,
Yep.
100%. What do you think it is about the mentality behind what we've sort of got going on here today? Because, like you said, almost every single one of these cars here drove here. They went on trailers.
A couple of them did get trailered, but the reason why they got trailered, as you can appreciate, we bumped in all the cars yesterday. So some of the guys were obviously working, still at work yesterday.
No doubt,
So for the guys that are obviously working, we're sitting right next to a Commodore GTSR. Now, it's the only one in Australia. It was done by a dealership in the country. It's a $500,000 car sitting there. Sure, it came on a trailer, but the reason why it came on the trailer because the owner had to work. Yeah. So at the end of the day, these are guys that committed to showing off their car, but at the same time committed that they need to still keep that money going, because without that money going, unfortunately, we don't get to enjoy what we do. Yeah. And again, to have some of these classics here and looking around, and we're about to finish the podcast here, and we're going to take out a full methanol drag car out the front there, and we're going to fire it up and wake up the neighbourhood. Lucky Shannon staff are not here. Yesterday, when it did come in and it did fire up, I tell you, I think everybody in that call centre upstairs had to shut the phones down. So while this car drove into position, and all that he did was backed it up about 15 metres.
Yes, it was gnarly coming off the trailer. It was insane.
It was.
Yeah, the sound. yeah, you can understand why people would go deaf.
Absolutely.
I heard people saying we're scared of the glass to break yesterday.
We thought about that, but yeah, it's quite funny because there's a couple of display cabinets out there, but we're a bit worried that it might vibrate the glass, but no, it's all good. And the owner himself, again, just a old school racer. Yeah, he owns obviously the HR as well as the T-Bucket, and they're both just outstanding vehicles. And if anybody's into T-Buckets, I would have to say it's probably one of Australia's most modified, particular. Okay, so Adam, who used to own the vehicle, unfortunately passed away a few years ago.
You're a good man. Take your time.
He was a good man. And now Sal has taken responsibility of the car since then. He's done a great job of it.
Yeah. He has, man. Bringing it in, I could tell.
Yeah.
And the plates and the bags that you got him and everything, yeah.
The plates that's actually on the car are plates that we did for the T-Bucket Nationals, obviously the day that, or the year that Adam passed away. We decided to put his photo on the number plate.
It looks mad. I got to make sure I get a photo and actually get it up just so we can put it on screen.
Got one upstairs, mate, yeah. But yeah, look, and again, this is, these are all, most of these cars here, ladies and gentlemen, are obviously people that I've spoken to, shaken their hands, dealt with. Look, I've got club member cars here, guys that have attended the events and, and walked up and showed their appreciation of what I've done. And as I said, this is the only reason why I keep doing it, boys, is the fact of putting smiles on people's faces.
100%.
Definitely.
And it does.
Yeah.
It really does.
It's amazing.
The question is the future.
Well, the future is you guys, as I keep saying, my son, the Den Group. That's all that I could do is show you guys the ropes, and hopefully you guys take it on. I'm not getting any younger. Unfortunately, all of you land that I've been using for all these years have not taken me back. Right? All that it's done is stretch my skin. Maybe I should have just got plastic surgery done instead. But anyway, but yeah, you guys are the future of the car culture. Hence why perfect naming for what you guys do, yeah?
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I really do. What do you want to say, Tones?
I appreciate this event because, like, nowadays you go to shows, it's very niche specific. Coming here, like, again, you've got blown race cars, early Dodge Chargers, Monaros, you've got early JDM Legends here.
Yep.
You've got Celicas, you've got everything. It's
we've got an old turbo GT Celica, that's the old rally packer, and I think in Australian delivery. Yeah, that's right. Which is great. But look, in saying that, this is the first time that we've had doing it in the Shannon showroom. The whole idea of it is to showcase it to the management. Now, obviously after today, we'll get the feedback from them. If it obviously goes ahead, what we'd like to see happening is obviously a few shows here a year, at least 4 shows here a year, but not of the same theme. And as you said, Tom, we can then start going into specifics. So maybe a JDM show, a hot rod show, a muscle car show, break it up a little bit. And again, for the podcast listeners, it's hard to explain to you. We're sitting in a venue that's very well lit, clinically white floors,
spotlights, TVs,
spotlights everywhere. Look, none of these cars have got any lights or any extra lighting on there to showcase it, which to me is awesome because everybody gets to be at the same level. Yeah, I haven't got a car that's standing out a little bit more because his lights look a little bit fancy. We've got 4 bikes at the front there, and out of the 4 bikes that are at the front there, one of them tells me yesterday as he's rolling it in, I said, mate, and I know the owner for a while. He's actually one of my clients, and he says to me, I said, mate, where's this car been? Where's this bike been? He tells me it's the first time it's come out. We're talking about C Loco.
That red and gold one.
Yeah. First time it's come out, and I've just gone, oh my God, did you bring a cloth with it? Maybe we should
hide it.
He said, no, mate, I'm fine. I said, no, honestly, let's do it. He said, no, I'm just happy to bring it in. So, and again, look, outstanding, amazing bikes. God, we've even got a late model road bike up there, which is a Lewis Hamilton special edition. I've just looked at the plaque. It says 144 made. This is number 4.
Wow.
in Australia. And guess what? It's owned by a female,
Yeah.
which is a Shannon staff member. It's amazing. So again, the car culture is crazy.
Don't tell me it's dead. It's not dead. It's just there.
It's not dead, no.
They just need better things to come to like this. You know what I mean?
It needs. Again, I'm not blowing my trumpet, guys, but it just needs promoters to think about what they're doing, put some time, put some thought into it, put some effort into it. Listen, what I've been doing for the last 11 years, and I know a lot of people basically copy. Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead and copy, but if you're going to copy, do it right. Yeah, it's not just about let's find a venue and let's or hang on a sec, who's got a coffee machine at home? Oh, I've got a coffee machine at home. Oh, how many car spaces you got? 10. Great, let's do a car show. Yeah, and that's what it's been like recently. You know, the amount of inquiries I get. Oh, can you come and do a car show? Where you at? Oh, we own a burger shop. Really, really. Like, well, so you want me just to bring you money? Mate, why don't you go out and spend money on promoting your business instead of, listen, car shows are car shows, or car meets are car meets. Please don't contact me because your business is failing and you want me to, because 90% of the time, unless you've got lighting, unless you've got good location, unless it's a great atmosphere, I'm just going to ignore you. I get venues all the time asking, and I investigate these venues, and then when I find out other people have done events there, I'll just say no, and then they'll go, why not? I said, because you've already had people do it, and I'm not going to take on somebody's reputation. I'm out of here.
Well, I'll tell you what, Barney, I've actually got one for you.
Oh, man, I can't wait. I told you that.
And I'm not going to release it on here because I genuinely think I've got a good one.
If you do, I'd have to kill you.
That
has to be a secret.
We've got to go through some red tape to get
Hang on a sec, guys. Can you just lower the cone of silence, please?
I'll be the middleman. You
there's not Mad Max. Sorry. Do you remember Mad Max? Like, what? What'd you say? What? Sorry, I can't hear you.
Well, look, let's wrap it up, Barney, man. I just want to thank you again. Like, seriously, what you've done and what we've been able to help you do, and hopefully we've helped you a lot here today. The fact that you even let us come in to help support you to promote this event means everything in the world to Tony and I. I'll speak on both of our behalves, but man.
And right back at you guys. Like, honestly, yesterday the amount of work that you guys did. Look, and again for the podcast listeners, you guys are not watching, but there's a video going on large television screens around the venue where the boys have obviously been interviewing yesterday. You said, what time did you get to bed last night?
2. And then I started again at 6 a.m.
So poor Tom had to go home and start putting subtitles to all the videos because obviously we're not playing, we're not playing it live or they're not listening to it because we've obviously got some background music. But to put the subtitles in, to do the ad that we did with you guys last night, even though my wife bagged me out and reckons you should have left it for the young ones. Yeah, it's juicy.
No, you had to be in it.
It was so.
You had to be in it. Let her know.
Yeah, no, I've already told her. I said no. Well, the boys wouldn't let me go.
We all have an actor's dream.
Exactly. So, no, and again, happy to do that. And as I said to you, and I'll say it again, anytime, anywhere, you guys are more than welcome. Please start doing some live shows at some of the car shows. I think it just needs to get out more. And I think at the end of the day, it pushes your brand out more. Yeah. Because look, none of these guys understand what a podcast is. I'm a 60-year-old, and I can tell you now, a lot of these guys, when they go podcast, they just don't understand.
Yeah, of course.
And then once they see the mics and that's when they realise. But they don't understand that this is not on a radio station. This is just on a podcast. So, and again, you guys have to teach these elderly fellas how to do it. Yeah.
Well, you help me speak their language, right?
Well, as I said, that's the reason why I'm saying you guys come out to the car show, so then I can speak your language, announce it on the microphone, and this is how we put you out there.
Yeah. Love it. Tony, do you want to call us out?
I just want to thank Barny again for putting us in a room with all these nice cars, all different makes and models, but also the people behind it. Like the amount of people we've met, shook hands, heard their stories, and their love brings to the car community has been incredible. It's not normal people that you meet. These people...
It's my favourite people here.
I have to agree. No, look, I agree with you, Tony. Look, it's again... Guys, for the podcast listeners, look, don't get me wrong, we've got the car owners here. There are some public at the same time. But look, the amount of conversations going on, I look down the middle here, the amount of conversations that are going on with car owners talking to each other, comparing their notes, appreciating each other's cars, It's not about, oh, my car's better than yours. It's about, wow, that's cool. As I said, it's just an awesome atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're in the most appropriate place ever.
Safe. Safe.
Yeah, well, that's it. Shannon's is all about the car culture. Yeah. We're looking at posters up on the wall over here. Look,
the whole history of Australia.
There's a beautiful HK GDS Monaro sitting right there, but at the same time, right above it, there's a Bathurst Monaro on the racetrack. That
even got the old F1 up there over the other side.
Yeah, the old F1.
Freaking insane.
It is. It's a great atmosphere, and I have to say thank you to Shannon's for allowing me to do this.
Yep.
Thank you to you guys, and thank you to the Den Boys.
Thank you. All right.
Barney wrapped us up.
Yeah, I think, Tony. But look, Tony, do you want to call us out on the socials or whatever?
Thank you very much for making it to the end. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for all the people that make the car community what it is. And let's not stop. Let's keep on growing. Get everyone together. Respect all builds. Speak to the car owners. And don't stop building cars. We don't want electrics.
No.
But if you want to find us, we're all over social media. Car Culture Australia on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We've got not only a podcast, we've got build series, vlogs, car builds, track stuff, just everything. Car Culture Australia. Go follow Cars on the Stars. They're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Follow the Den Sydney as well. Definitely follow Shannon's. Get your car insured by them.
Get your car insured by Shannon.
They're the best.
And by the way, the boys are not getting paid for this.
We're not.
No, not at all.
Okay. All right, we'll wrap that up. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.